Hey, good people, how you doing? David Taub here, co-creator of NextLevelGuitar.com. I have devices and licks that you can use throughout your playing and make them your own. We're playing today in the key of E minor, and we're playing over a jam track that's basically an E minor to a B minor chord. Just a 2-chord change, that's it. And it's always so important when you're jamming over a track to know the chords you're playing over, right? Because the chords are going to give you the full roadmap to what you can use solo and improvisation wise. Practicing over jam tracks is an invaluable tool, right? You got to have the musical context to try these things so you have rhythm behind you and where you could really, have an open track to really weave a good solo in and out. So if you want this track that I'm playing over throughout this lesson, click on that link below and I'm going to send you this track and 5 more in different keys so you can practice these devices and licks in other keys. I'll send you 6 killer jam tracks and 2 coinciding ebooks. And in the ebooks, I go over the tracks one at a time, teach you what to try over them. I call it my jam track coach. Why it works so you can learn a little bit more about soloing. And then I also have all the scales diagrammed out so you could see them out on paper. And that's really nice to kind of have that visual on paper, have it in front of you. And I'll send it to you for free too. Just click on that link below. The key is E minor. Whenever you're soloing in minor key, 95% of the time you can use E minor pentatonic and blues over all the chords. And I was also using the E natural minor scale, and I was using the B natural minor scale over the B minor chord. So you have some choices. You can play over both chords with the same scale, like E minor pentatonic or E natural minor. That's what I call playing what relates to all. Or you can play over each chord independently. And that was a little bit of what I was doing. Over the E minor chord, I was using E minor pentatonic, E natural minor. Over the B minor chord, I was using B natural minor, B minor pentatonic. B Dorian would work too. Dorian sounds great over minor chords. But let me show you those licks and devices that I think you'll really find interesting. So here's a couple of the scale positions. You probably know like E minor pentatonic in the box position here at the 12th fret. You could very easily make that E natural minor. Okay, and also you can use B minor pentatonic over the B chord in the box position. Just move everything down to the 7th fret. And B natural minor. And I was also playing this B natural minor scale. It's so important, not just knowing your scales vertically, but knowing them across the neck, right? On single strings is really useful, and it's a great device that you could throw into your playing. So the notes in an E natural minor scale are E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, and D. So knowing them this way is really important, right? So let's just pick out the B string. I have an E note here at the 5th fret. Then I have F sharp at the 7th. I have G at the 8th, A at the 10th, all on the B string, right? And then I have B at the 12th, C at the 13th, D at the 15th, E at the 17th, right? So just knowing that. That's really cool. And because we're in the key of E minor, we have this open E string. So why not use it? And this is a cool device that you could use in whatever key you're playing, especially with the open string, like if you're playing in the key of E, or if you have B, or the G string, if you're in G minor. You could use those open string drones, right? So all I was doing was taking this scale across the neck, but I was adding that open high E string. And you get this real haunting kind of different sound that's totally cool, right? And you could mix up that. Where I was skipping a note and going back. You could just run it right up. go back and get the D note. Get the C note too if you want it. So that's a killer device that you could throw in and have fun with. Over the B chord, you could kind of do the same thing in B natural minor, just use the open B string. And hey, if you got a second, please click that subscribe button and subscribe to this channel. Then we can let you know when we have new lessons out. And put a comment below. Let us know how you like this lesson, or let us know other things you want to learn about, right? Click the like button. And subscribing to the channel really helps us keep the content coming, and we really appreciate that. Thank you. And one other thing that I really find interesting is to get some cool overtones when you're doing string bending. Like this. Okay, so what I'm doing there is I'm actually bending up. If you consider this like E minor pentatonic and you're bending up, which is a great bend, you're bending that flat third or that G note up to the A. But then what I do is I catch the B string with my pinky. It's a little tricky at first, but you catch it underneath as you're bending up, underneath that high E string. And then you hit both strings. And you get these cool overtones. Yeah, it sometimes might be a little out of tune, but it still sounds kind of cool, right? So it's not a precise thing, but it's great. Here I bend it up, sound that note, and then catch that under the B string of my pinky. And then I'm bending both of them. And you could do that at other places like I was doing it here, where I'm bending at the 17th fret, and then I catch the B string. So you kind of do this with your third finger, kind of flip it up a little bit to catch it under the fatty part of your fingertip. Try it. It takes a little bit, but you'll get it. And you have a lot of fun with that, right? Try them over that jam track. Don't forget, click on that link below. I'll send you that jam track, plus 5 more, 6 jam tracks, and the 2 ebooks that are coinciding. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Clicking that subscribe button really helps us keep the content coming, and we really appreciate it. Thanks so much for tuning in. Take care. Remember, your playing is an evolution. We'll see you soon.